Hey guys, it's me Stace. Today we'll be using the Cricut machine to cut out some vinyl to apply it to a piece of tile. This is just a piece I had in my shed. It's about 23 inches wide by about 7 or so inches tall. We're also going to be applying the vinyl using a wet method technique to the tile. Let's go to the computer and we'll get started. We are at the computer. I'm already logged into Design Space, and the first thing I want to do is just pick on a random category. So on the left hand side where it says mug press, go and click on where it says view all. In the upper right hand corner, we're going to click on where it says Cricut Mug Press, and then go down and click on Christmas. In the search box, type in the word naughty and then click on enter. And it brings up a few designs. We have naughty and nice pillows, a naughty or nice felt runner, a t-shirt design, and also some garden. We're going to use the naughty or nice felt runner. Go ahead and click on that. This brings up a preview window. And if you hover your mouse over the image on the very top, you can see arrows to where you're able to scroll left or right to see the design. At the very bottom, click on where it says Customize. All right, here's our image here. The first thing I'm going to do is zoom out so I can see the entire image. The very bottom left-hand corner of Design Space, you will see the 100%. Click on the minus sign. All right, so now I'm able to see the entire design. Now these pieces here, they're for the felt runner. I don't need those, so I'm going to highlight all those pieces with my mouse. Click on the X, remove those. So now we have our file. You can see it's different colors, so I'm going to go and click on where it says have you been and change that color to be black. So I have this piece selected. The very top toolbar, you will see where it says Operation Basic Cut. Next to that is a box, and that should be white. We're going to click on that and make it be black. Now we have the word naughty and the word or nice. Now if I click on the word or the frame around the word or, it also highlights the word nice. It's not a big deal. We can still change the color. So have that piece selected. Again, the very top left-hand corner of the top toolbar where it says Operation Basic Cut. You might see a question mark this time. You can still click on the question mark and change the color to be black. All right, so all that is changed, and you can see it was not grouped together, so I want to make sure I have it all selected. And then right-click and choose Group. Now I'm cutting this out on vinyl to put on a piece of tile, so I do want to create a tile template so I know what size my vinyl needs to be. So left-hand side toolbar, I'm going to click on where it says Shapes, and then click on a square. Bring my square over here, and I want to change the color of my square and also resize it. So have your square selected. The very top left-hand corner of the top toolbar, again where it says Operation Basic Cut, click on the black square and make it be white. And this way I can see the design better. I also want to resize it, so make sure your square is selected. The very top toolbar where the size is, you want to unlock the lock. And in my case, my tile is 23 inches wide, so I'm going to put in 23, and the height is 7. And you would put in whatever size your design is. All right, so there's my tile piece. Now I'm going to resize this to fit on my tile. So I'm going to drag it across. If it goes behind it, which in my case it is, just right-click on that and choose Send to Front. So now I can use the arrow keys to resize it to fit within my tile area. I don't want to go edge to edge. I want it because there's space on the top and the bottom, so I want to kind of have the same space on the sides as well. Now, so I'm going to highlight everything. Go to the top toolbar where it says Align. We're going to click on that and choose Center. This way it gives me a visual of what the design looks like. I think this is a good size, so I'm going to go and remove the design. We can also delete our template. We no longer need that, so we can click on the X. At the very upper right hand corner, click on where it says Make It. Now you'll see on our mat, everything is not combined. You'll also see a blue bar at the top. This is letting us know that our design is larger than 11.5 inches. Just go ahead and click OK for that one. But you can see it's not connected. So we're going to click on Cancel. Go back and click on our design. Even though we grouped it together, that allows us to move it all as one group. We still need to attach it within the group. So have your piece selected. Right click on that and choose Attach. And again, this attaches all those images inside that group. So now we can go again to the upper right hand corner, click on Make It. And now you'll see everything is laid out nicely. And again, that blue bar, just go to click on OK. All right, so you can see we're using a 12 by 24 inch mat. Whenever I'm using vinyl, or even with cardstock, I don't like cutting in the very top left hand corner. So I'm going to move my design over and also down a little bit. So I'm down about 1.5 inches from the top and about 1.5 inches from the bottom. So I think I like that layout. I'm going to go and click on Continue. It's going to find my machine. I'm using the Cricut Maker, and I'm just going to choose Vinyl. I'm going to load all my vinyl on my 12 by 24 inch mat, cut it out, weed it out, then I will apply it to our tile. So I'll see you guys at the table. Alright, we are back. As you can see, I have my vinyl cut out. It is also weeded, and I also applied my transfer tape to the top of that. I have my tile below that, and again, this measures about 23 by 7. I did clean this really well with rubbing alcohol to make sure there's no dirt or dust on my piece of tile. And I think I may have a hard time having this go on there nice and straight. Normally if I can't go straight, I'll go crooked, but you can see I think it would look worse being crooked. So what I'm going to do is apply my vinyl using the wet method. So in a squirt bottle, I have some water and a few drops of dish soap. I'm going to shake it up and just lightly wet my tile. I don't want to oversaturate it, just wet it. Now I'm going to move this out of my way and peel this off. I already went ahead and peeled it off to make it a little bit easier so the video wouldn't be horribly long. Okay, so that's off. Now we can bring our tile over, and again we squirted this with some water and some dish soap. And what this is going to do is allow us to put our vinyl on, but then you can see we can also move it a little bit. So we have a little bit of wiggle room. So now I'm just going to kind of put it on here ever so slightly, pick it up, and see if I like it. I think right there might be kind of close, guys. Now let me grab a ruler and see where we are with the bottom. So the bottom of this word is about a little shy of 1.5 inches, and this one over here is 1 inch, so I'm not straight. So you can see I'm able to pick it up and shift it a little bit. This is much easier doing it this way versus trying to get things on there straight. So again, I'm going to measure the bottom about a little shy of 1 inch over there and a little shy of 1 inch over there. So I think, I'm not sure if I think I'm pretty good, right? What do you think? I think it's pretty good. Now, we need to take a scraper, and you want to scrape and scrape and scrape some more. You want to get a lot of this water out. So I recommend working on a surface that you're able to get wet. And just kind of scrape it, holding your transfer tape. You don't want it to shift. And just move all that water and soap away. And you want to do it with nice firm pressure. And again, you don't need a whole lot of soap when you're doing this, just enough to give you some of that wiggle room. Alright, so I'm going to take my paper towel and just dry up my tile a little bit. And then again, I'm going to work all this water out. Now you may find it difficult to have the vinyl stick to your tile because we have water and soap underneath the letters, but give it some time. It'll definitely work its way out, or air dry. And this is Oracal, you can see on the back here, it is Oracal 651 vinyl, which is a premium outdoor vinyl, and this will definitely go outside. And I've been asked if I ever seal my vinyl. I never do, whether it be on wood or a tile or any kind of surface. I've never once sealed my vinyl, and I've never had an issue with it coming up or peeling up. Okay, so I'm really pressing down on my scraper over these letters. I want to kind of go over each one at a time, just trying to squirt the rest of the water out from under the letters. And this is actually the second one I did. I did the same exact tile in red earlier, or the other day. You know, you can also use what they call the hinge method, where you peel back half of your transfer tape, lay your design down, then do the other half. I just think that way is more difficult. So I thought I would try this way. We've never done it before on my channel. Alright, let's go ahead and see how we are as far as peeling it up. So you can see, can you see my Y is coming right up? So just let it sit there. And what I'd probably do is let it sit there and maybe air out for a little while. I mean, it's not really going to air out because it has the trench tape on top, but you want to give it time for this, the vinyl to stick to your tile. So now I'm just taking a paper towel, going over each letter. And the nice thing about this, before you actually, when you take the tape off, if you still have some wiggle room, if you have a bubble or something, you can also get the bubbles out really well. I think I must have the world's noisiest paper towel. Alright, so just go over all the letters. I mean, you're going to think it's not going to work. I promise you it will. It's going to take some time. Just going to keep on rubbing it in. And letting it dry. As you can see, it's not sticking. If you want to, you can always help it along. I might do that a lot. I'll take it. And you always want to have your trench tape laying down on the surface. You don't want to pull it up, but that's how you create bubbles in your vinyl. So have it lay flat, and I'm just going to kind of help it lay down. So just gently push on the letter there. You can see it's going to stay down on me. Then I can kind of shift it. And this is where you want to go nice and slow because the vinyl is definitely movable at this point. Just hold the letters down. And normally I would tell you to reuse your trench tape. In this case, I probably would not reuse it because it will have a soapy residue on it. You can see I got a slight little bubble in my question mark. I'm able to just take my fingers and smooth that out. Okay, so I'm going to work my way across. Just hold the letters down as I go, trying to do one letter at a time. This is definitely more tedious for sure, doing it this way, but I do think this way for me, to get it on there straight, I think is worth the process. I can still feel, so you can see I got a little bubble right there. I can just pick my vinyl up and just whip it down. And again, you can let it air dry. Just let it sit with your trench tape right on top. And come back to it later on. Okay, so those are pretty good. There's no bubbles. Actually, there's a bubble right in my question mark right here. You can see I'm very easily able to pick it up and just readjust it. Okay, so I'm going to slowly do this, and I'm going to cut my trench tape as I go. So I'm going to cut this little piece off here, and then go back over it again with my scraper, and just, you know, take your time. One letter at a time, one word at a time. I think here on that smaller design it might be a little bit more difficult, but we'll get there. So I'm going to pause the video, keep on doing my process. Again, pulling a little bit of tape it down if you need to. Hold the letters down with your fingers while your trench tape is laying down flat. Peel it across, and I'll come back when I'm all done and we can see the finished results. Alright guys, I am back. As you can see, all of the trench tape is now gone. It took me about 5 minutes total to remove the rest of it, so it does get easier as it sits. And I did, while the tape was still on there, I took my scraper and rubbed across. And now what I want to do is I cut a small piece of the backing from my vinyl. I'm going to come over each letter and just take my scraper again and just go over them really well. Again, all this is going to do is get the extra or the excess water out from under the letters. I'm going to do this one. And again, this process, I could be doing this wrong, but I seen it and I thought, okay, this is a little bit easier than me trying to get this on there straight. And it's on there. I'll show you one I did the other day. I had the same exact design, just red vinyl. And the vinyl's not going anywhere. And like I said, I don't ever seal my vinyl. I don't think you need to. You know, I would let this sit untouched because I can still feel moisture on my letters. Let it sit untouched about 48 hours before you would display it or use it. And I would not wash it for probably 72. you know, once you know that vinyl's stuck on there. And how I wash them, I just take Windex or what have you and just wipe them down. But I've never had a reason to seal my vinyl. Like I said, I've used it on tile many times, on glass, on picture frames. And these make really good gifts. You can pick up a box of tile pretty inexpensively, I think. We were lucky we have a whole box of these left over from the previous owner in the shed, so I thought, okay, I need a way to use them, so I thought we could make Christmas signs with them. Alright, so there's that one in green. And let me show you the one I did the other day in the red. Same exact design in the red. I think this one might be a tad bit bigger. No, but I think it's pretty close. So we have it in the red, and again, this vinyl's on there. It's not going anywhere. You can see I'm straight, I'm rubbing it, so it's not going anywhere at all. It's on there. This has been about 72 hours, and this one you can see we just did. Nice and straight, right? So I think the water method's easier. Definitely more time consuming though, as far as getting the vinyl to adhere to your tile. But anyway, if you have any questions or any tips for how to do this a little bit easier or better, leave a comment below. I'm always looking forward to your ideas and your tips. So any questions, guys, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.